Yeah, I was a little surprised that they did go that high. I was thinking more maybe third round they would start going safety, but like we all say, when you target a guy, go get your guy. And I believe the Buffalo Bills, even Brandon Beane even said, hey, he wanted to move up. He was trying to move up for Cole Bishop, and he had no takers. So fortunately, he got him at his selection he was sitting at. So that goes to show that this was definitely Cole Bishop was definitely a Brandon Beane Buffalo Bills guy, and they wanted him. And he's one of the more athletic safeties we've had. We love Micah Hyde, we love Jordan Poyer, but they were instinctive, high character, high IQ players, not necessarily great athletes. And with this guy in Cole Bishop being 6'2", 206 pounds, runs a 4.45 40, has a 39-inch vertical, ran a 1.52 shuttle, that short shuttle that mirrors receivers, explosive receivers. So to have that athletic ability at the defensive back, at the safety position, is something that the Buffalo Bills hasn't had, and I believe he still has the high character and the IQ and the instinctiveness that Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer possess as well. Now, he's still a rookie. He's going to have to get accustomed to the speed of the game, but in time, I think he will develop that and develop into a fine player at worst. And I think he has the potential to be a perennial Pro Bowler in the back end for the Buffalo Bills. Now, where does he play? I know he can cover tight ends and running backs and receivers in certain plays and situations, but where does he ultimately line up? Is he a strong safety, or is he a deep thirds? Is he a free safety? Where would you want to see him line up?
My anticipation is that they're trying him at free safety to start, and just I think they're going to probably bring him in, though. He's coming from a scheme that is completely different from Buffalo, so he's going to have to learn this and get comfortable with this. It's going to take some time. I see year one as a situational, go out there and show me what you can do in this situation,
Okay.
or that situation. And in year one, I think that lends itself to seeing him do a lot of things, and a little bit of both, strong and free, because I think they're going to put him in the box, see what he can do there in situations where they think he can succeed. And then I think in the situations where they need to rotate him into free safety, because there's talk about wanting to limit snaps for certain guys to mess with the compensatory formula, which I just completely think is nonsense, but people are saying it, so there may be some smoke to it, I guess. So if that's if that's really the case, I guess I'm expecting to see him at free safety once he settles in as a starter, but I think he's going to do a little bit of both and get in the box plenty in year one, maybe year two as well.
Yeah, I think Cole Beasley. Is he talking about me? I think Cole Bishop is going to be a day one starter. I would. Now, I love his versatility. I think he can do both, and I think he will do both in certain situations and in game specific matchups. But I want to see him around the line of scrimmage. I want to see him around the ball, around the line of scrimmage, in the box. I want him to use that explosiveness, that burst, that tenacity that he have, and be that player around the football. I think he can play deep third safety, but I do think he has some vulnerability there. So I want to keep him close to the line of scrimmage, around the box, covering certain tight ends in specific matchups, and take it from there. How do you feel about the safety room now that Cole Bishop is inserted into the safety lineup? How do you feel about the overall group with Mike Edwards and Taylor Rapp and DeMar Hamlin and Cam Lewis?
Still leaves a little bit to be desired, maybe, but definitely adding Cole Bishop improved my comfortability with that room a ton. I think that it was absolutely needed to add a guy like that in this draft. And for me, I don't know. We'll see how successful Rap is the season now with more added to his plate. We'll
Hmm.
see how Mike Edwards can come in and learn this system and continue his success. He was a decent safety. I don't think he was, but he's along the lines of when a Jordan Poyer or Micah Hyde came to this system.
Hmm.
He's along those lines of those guys. So can he take and follow in that path? I think the potential's there, but we'll see, if it comes to fruition or not. I'm uh, still a little bit weary on the safety position.
Okay, I feel similar. I feel the same way, kind of the same way I feel about the safety position as the wide receiver position. I see it there. I see some potential there. It's still leaving a little something to be desired. I'm making the gumbo, but I'm still putting seasoning. It's still not hitting right. So we'll see what happens with that safety position. Mike Edwards was never a full-time starter, even though he played a lot. He was more of a rotational piece, a prominent rotational piece, but
Mhm.
rotational piece nevertheless. What's going to happen this year is he's going to develop into that full-time starter. Now with the Buffalo Bills, how will that work out? Taylor Rapp, he was up and down before he made a couple of big plays, especially in that Miami game for the Buffalo Bills. I don't think that's enough to insert him as a starter. And does he have the durability to be a starter? He got injured on a couple occasions last year. So does he have the durability, and is he good enough to get a starter position and hold the fort down? So we'll see there. Cam Lewis, I really like Cam Lewis. He continues to stick around, but how much will he progress to make us comfortable with a safety rotation? God forbid we do have injury at safety. So I believe overall, it's a decent group, but still leaves a lot to desire. In my opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and give it the same number as the wide receivers, and that's a 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go up a little bit on if I'm giving a grade. I guess that 7.5 probably. I'm a little
Go
more
seven and a
comfortable with our
half.
safety room
Okay.
than we are because the comfortability has nothing to do necessarily though with personnel. For me, it's that our coaching staff is so specialized in getting safeties to be in the right position and play at their top level.
Hmm.
Like that's literally McDermott and Babbage. Their specialty is to do that with those type of guys. So
Hmm.
like I have more faith in them, regardless of the personnel, than what I did, in the receiver room.